Good morning, everybody. It's me, your boy Wattles. Welcome back to the Minecraft Guide, episode 172. Last episode was good. We got a trident, but instead of just one trident, we actually got two. In today's episode, we're going to build them up, get them ready, and prepare for an ocean monument. 1.18 is probably coming pretty soon at this point, but there is one big final thing that I'd like to do in this world, and that is take on an ocean monument. Yep, that's right. It's actually kind of crazy. I was looking back at the episodes that I've done and what I haven't done, and yeah, ocean monument, one thing that I've never done. I was holding off on the ocean monument and ocean bit of the series for a whole ocean segment, but 1.18 is close. We're going to need to do enchanting, though, and probably a lot, which means I need a lot of leather, so I have the leather, and then I'm going to need a lot of paper. I don't know if I have a lot of paper. Hopefully I do. By the way, if you think I should have revealed what's actually inside of the Great Orb by the end of this series, then leave a like. If every single person leaves a like on this video, then maybe I'll consider it. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? So, paper. I never set up a paper farm over here at this base, which means I don't really have a lot of sugarcane. Hopefully 2 stacks of this stuff, like turn it all into paper, turn all of that into books. Hopefully 42 is going to be enough books to get the enchantments that we're looking for. Right now we have 2 tridents, which is actually kind of perfect, because if you're going for the best trident in the game, technically there are 2 different options. It really just depends on what you're actually looking for in a trident. Oh, and sorry, my hotbar was really small. I know. I think this is how it normally is. I don't know. So I've been thinking about enchanting and where I should probably be doing all of this enchanting today, and I basically think there's one answer. There's only one spot inside of this world where I could really do all of my enchanting and get everything done, hopefully without running out of levels. And that one spot that we need inside of this entire world is, of course, going to be the gold farm, because if I run out of levels, well, I never run out of levels here. They're literally infinite. And wait, that's a gold ingot. I need that. I know, this stuff is practically worthless, but that's an entire ingot, like 9 nuggets? No, you won't catch me leaving that on the ground, definitely not. And well, would you look at that, and somebody left swords all over the floor inside of this building. How could they? The process of actually getting your hands on a trident is painful, insanely, excruciatingly painful, not fun at all. But good news, we took care of the last episode, so I don't have to worry about it today. We have the trident. Tridents are really cool. Tridents also have 7 possible enchantments that can go on these things. Loyalty, Channeling, Riptide, Impaling, Unbreaking, Mending, and the Curse of Vanishing. We don't want the Curse of Vanishing, definitely not, so that makes 6. However, small problem, 3 of these enchantments can't go on the same trident. The problem is Riptide, to be honest. If you have Riptide on a trident, you won't be able to have Channeling or Loyalty on it. Like this right here, Loyalty 3 right off the bat, that's the highest level. If you have one of those 2 enchantments, then no Riptide. Loyalty 3, Impaling 4, what? Like, that's a really good start. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do today. The strategy is to hold this and just keep this, hopefully. We'll worry about the other enchantments, we'll work on it. Riptide 3, what? No. Right off the bat, I'm really going to get both of these things? We've done it. We've basically done it. Okay, what is going on up there? Like, this is so noisy up there. Like, they're picking it up and then dropping these things, or... Can you stop, please? I mean, alright, that's pretty cool. Off to a good start with both of these tridents. So one of the tridents that I want to make today, this one right here, is going to have Riptide. The other one that I'm going to make is going to have Loyalty 3 and Channeling. But small issue, this trident, it goes right there, and nothing happens. I already have enchantments on it. This is where it gets hard, and bad, and terrifying even. I'm going to have to use books, and cycle through enchantments, over and over and over again, until I find the trident enchantments that I'm looking for. And Unbreaking. I also need Unbreaking 3 on this Elytra. So the trident enchantments that I am looking for here, even more Impaling, Channeling, and Unbreaking. Eventually, hopefully I find this stuff, and also, hopefully I don't run out of lapis. I actually am like really low. It's actually kind of sad, but this is all the lapis that I have left. 38, 8 more blocks, that's all of it. I brought all of the lapis that I had over at Grim. So, rolling over books, enchanting books. We're looking for the enchantments that we need. If it's not the enchantment that we need, we roll it over like that. It only costs 1 lapis, and hopefully, eventually, we can find something here. Like, Loyalty 3, that's nice, but we already have it. We don't need it. Drop the swords on the ground, I don't need them. Put the ingot inside of the ingot chest, the nugget with the nuggets. The game plan today is pretty simple, but honestly, I have no clue how long this is going to take. Enchanting luck in this world? I mean, it's been mixed. So sometimes it goes really nicely. Other times it goes pretty rough. I have 88 levels, which is going to be good for a really long time. I do have a little bit of a secret, though. Something that's going to make my life easier. When it comes to one of these tridents, specifically the Riptide one, I don't care that much about Impaling. Like, if I could get Impaling 5 on the thing, that would be really cool. If I couldn't, it'll be fun. But let's talk about the Trident enchantments. We'll start with channeling. Channeling has 1 level. Channeling is insanely interesting. If channeling is on your Trident and you throw it at something and it's thundering, lightning will strike wherever your Trident lands. So you could throw your Trident at a lightning rod and do things like that, or you could throw your Trident at a villager and turn it into a witch. Once you've done that though, you're done. The villager doesn't turn back. It was probably a bad idea. Next enchantment is impaling. Look at this, impaling 3 right here. I don't know if this is good or not. But I think I'm going to keep it. Anyways, impaling. Impaling is kind of like sharpness, but for water mobs. Impaling has 5 levels, 1 through 5, just like sharpness. Each level of impaling will add 2.5 extra damage per hit. That's kind of a lot, especially if you get impaling 5. So from the sounds of things, impaling 5 is like the best thing in the world, right? Well, impaling is good against water mobs, so things like guardians, elder guardians, dolphins, squid, glow squids, turtles, and the fish. Yeah, most of the water mobs are things you wouldn't be throwing the Trident at, but that's how it is. Strangely enough, the drowned, you know, they live in the water. Doesn't count as a water mob, though, because it's technically a zombie, I guess. I don't know what the devs were thinking with that classification, but yeah, impaling actually doesn't really help against the drowned. That's sad. In one of the combat test snapshots that dropped last year, it was really cool. Impaling would actually add additional damage to any mobs that were in water or the rain. So, like, if the zombie moved into the water, the skeleton moved into the water, you could add extra damage to the Trident and make it, like, really good. But it's been, like, over a year since the combat test snapshots. Impaling 3. I've done it again. Impaling 3. I could combine those 2 Impaling 3 books, get an Impaling 4 book, and then I could finish the impaling. Anvil. Anvil right over here. Impaling 3, Impaling 4 right there. Watch this. Watch this right here. This Trident. Oh boy, that's expensive. I hope we can get channeling on that still. And mending. And unbreaking. But we're going to go for it. Alright, hopefully that's all going to work out. Unbreaking 3. Look at this. Right there. Right there. Unbreaking 3. Channeling? That would have been too good. That would have been way too good. If Impaling ever actually gets that buff, then Impaling becomes one of the best enchantments in the game, and an Impaling 5 Trident in the rain, that's deadly. But right now, nowadays, Impaling is just amazing for raiding an ocean monument, something that we're trying to do. The next enchantment is Loyalty. Loyalty has 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. Loyalty 3 is amazing. It makes your Trident come back to you really quick. Loyalty 1 is okay. It makes your... There it is. There it is. There it is. Channeling. Wow, wow, wow. We've done it. How expensive is this Trident? Unbreaking 3. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. 11 levels right there. We can get mending on that for sure. Easy. Piece of cake. Loyalty makes your Trident come back to you. So if I take this Trident and I throw it with Loyalty, it'll just come back to me. Like that. Without Loyalty, like this Trident right here. I mean, I can't throw it because it has Riptide, but without Loyalty, it wouldn't come back. I'd have to go pick it up. Loyalty 3 makes things really quick. Look at how fast that thing returns to me. It's like basically instant. Loyalty 3, that's the max level. Impaling 5, that's the max level. Unbreaking 3, of course, it's unbreaking. 3 levels, we've talked about it a lot. That's the max level. And channeling, only 1 level. This one is done, other than mending. That leaves us with the Riptide 3 Unbreaking 3 Trident. The only other thing that we could get on this Trident, other than mending, of course, would be Impaling. Impaling 5 would be the goal. Do I care about it? I don't know. One thing that I definitely do care about, though, is another Unbreaking 3 book. If I can find Impaling by the time I find Unbreaking 3, then we'll go for it. If I can't find Impaling, then it's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Riptide is a really cool enchantment too, but the only problem with it is you can't put it on the Trident with Channeling or Loyalty 3. If you have any level of Riptide on your Trident, that Trident will no longer be able to be thrown. Aw, man, I just realized. I'm completely out of levels. And I need more scaffolding too. I still never fixed it. The sound of angry piglin. You have to love it. But it's so noisy. Like, I forget how noisy it is every single time. That's gonna have to go. Riptide is one of those enchantments that's easier to show off than it is to explain, so that's what we're going to do. But basically, if you have Riptide on your Trident, you can't throw it because it pulls you. If you have Riptide 3, it pulls you quicker and further. If you have Riptide 1, it just pulls you. Pair that Riptide 3 Trident with a little bit of rain and the Elytra though, and you have basically the best flying machine in the entire game. No need for rockets at all. It's insanely overpowered. It's pretty cool too. 31 levels. It's not going to do it all the way, definitely not, but it's a start. I'm looking for a specific enchantment, and one enchantment only. As soon as I find the enchantment, I'll go get the levels that I need. Ha 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 ha, here it is, and it didn't even take that long. Unbreaking 3, right there. So Unbreaking 3, for the Elytra, we're going to need to get back up to level 30. More than certainly, this will be a long, tedious process. Alright, there we go. We're at level 30. I guess I was wrong. Just to make sure no incidents happen, I'm going to actually roll all of these books over. I don't need to accidentally delete this book right here. It's very important. And whoa, look at all those other enchantments. Those are cool. I wasn't able to get a second Impaling 5, but honestly, that's fine. This Trident will really just be for flying. I wish I could say that we're completely done with the gold farm today, but honestly, we're probably not. I don't think I'm going to have enough levels to put mending on everything, so now it's time to go buy mending and then come back over here to get even more levels. To me, there's a lot of things that don't make sense about the Trident. The thing that makes the least amount of sense, though, is the repairing. Repairing a Trident is insanely difficult. Either waste an entire second Trident on repairing your first Trident, or get an enchantment. Like, it couldn't be any more obvious. Prismarine shards. Prismarine shards to repair the Trident. Like, even if it's just a small amount because they're so renewable, Prismarine shards. 100%. It's the obvious answer. Also, I made the shulker box for, like, enchanted books. I thought I was going to have way more enchanted books, but I have plain books. I even dyed it purple and everything for enchantments. Oh, man. To get mending, we're going to need a couple different things, including mending villager, which is taken care of, emeralds, which are not taken care of, and books, which are definitely taken care of. Emeralds. So I checked the storage building, and I actually have 2 emeralds. I need 3 books of mending, so I need 3 emeralds. To make this all possible, I don't think there's a choice. We're gonna have to barter with the peasant. The jungle base. I spent so much time here, and I think still, to this day, this is probably my favorite base that I've ever made. There were so many hours, so much time, so much effort, so much thought put into building this thing up. Over 5,000 man hours. Maybe. I don't know. Local peasant. H. I have sweet berries for you. Will you please buy these sweet berries? Yes, you will. Thank you so much. 12 emeralds? That's amazing. Maybe... No? Okay, fine. Well, I don't really want the rest, so I'll just leave them here. Maybe he'll find them. Well, it's nighttime, which means the villager is probably sleeping. Axolotl, it's time to trade. Wake up. Axolotl, it's been so long. In fact, way too long again. I'm so sorry about that. No. Stay up. We need mending books. Just 3 of them. Oh, no, that wasn't mending. I didn't even think about it. That's mending. That's mending. Alright. We're just going to go ahead and throw those back in there. This time I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. 3 books of mending. Right there. And that's that. Axolotl, thank you so much for your service. Every single thing that has mending in this world, it all came through that villager right there. Honestly, I love these episodes where I'm going around from one spot to the other in the world. It gets me to, like, look around at the world and really just take in, like, everything that has been done in the world and, yeah, actually, like, get to look around at things. I like looking at things. Anyways, back up at the gold farm, time to build our second good elytra of the world with Unbreaking 3 and Mending. And also time to finish up these tridents. 2 levels right there. Oh, yeah, we could have easily done this with the levels that we had. That's my bad. But that's okay, really, because you know what we kind of couldn't do? Repair the Trident, like, basically instantly. There's so many levels from this thing. 2 brand new, mint condition Tridents never been used. We've got them. Everything's back to new. Healed up perfectly. Gamers, you're gonna want to be sitting for this next part. This is a true tragedy of our times. Pokey, I'm so sorry. You're way too expensive. 32 levels? 32 levels? That was the old me. That was the old me. I have 12. It's gonna stay like this. Hey, at least I was able to rename this one, though. That's pretty cool. With our tridents that are fully stacked up now, there is one final step that we need to do. 2 final steps that we need to do. Step number 1, it is potion. 3 potions of night vision, each one of them for 3 minutes each. That should be good. Riptide is an enchantment that needs to be shown off, so check this out. Into the lake, we can launch ourselves clean through this lake, right next to the rock, where I definitely built the face of the old man that I wanted to build on it. The calcite beard, the eyes overlooking everything that we're doing. Oh, wait, yeah. I never had time to do that. Riptide is pretty cool. And one of the things that makes it even more cool is how it works in the rain. If it were raining right now and I had my elytra on, I could literally use the Riptide Trident to just soar through the air. I wouldn't need rockets or anything like that. If it starts raining, that's definitely the plan, for sure. If it doesn't rain, then unfortunately we'll never get to experience the greatness of this Trident. So anyways, we have this one right here. We're back over at the ocean. We need nautilus shell. We're going to take on an ocean monument to make it way easier, like 1,000,000,000,000 times easier. Actually, Trident come back. I could move around the ocean like this. It's not really the most efficient, but, like, it works, for sure. Anyways, to wrap everything up in this world, we will be taking on an ocean monument. We don't need a conduit to take on an ocean monument, but if we had a conduit, we can basically speedrun the thing. It's pretty cool. So we need a conduit. To get a conduit, we need 2 final nautilus shells. In the Trident hunting extravaganza that was the last episode, we went to a completely different ocean, got insanely lucky. So many drowned, so many tridents, so many nautilus shells. Right now, I have 6 nautilus shell. To make a conduit, all I need is 2 more. 2 more nautilus shells. I think it's going to be pretty easy to get. Now, the only way that we can get the nautilus shell is finding a drowned, holding one of the things, and then taking out the drowned. Good news, if the drowned has a nautilus shell, it will always drop the thing. I'm pretty sure, like 100% sure, that that's the only way to get this stuff. And you know what? While I'm here, because I don't think I've ever done it in this world, come with me. While I look around in this ocean for hopefully a bunch of drowned that will spawn very soon, all of them holding nautilus shells, I'd like to talk a little bit about this series. So the Minecraft Guide, Season 3, the current world, the Minecraft Guide in general. Unfortunately, it's coming to an end. I've been thinking about this for a while, and honestly, I'm really sad about it, but I feel like it's the only thing that makes sense. So obviously, 1.18 is coming very, very soon now. It's like getting really, really close. We're in pre-releases. Nowadays, when it comes to Minecraft releases, it goes snapshots, then pre-releases, and then one release candidate, if we're lucky, and then the final release. 1.18 is pretty close. Personally, I feel that it doesn't make very much sense to update this world into 1.18. I mean, the biggest part about 1.18 is, of course, the new terrain. Deeper worlds, the mountains, everything like that. It's completely different than 1.17, and yeah, I just really feel that it wouldn't make sense to keep this world and upgrade it. It's sad, but I feel like it makes sense. Like, that's the most logical thing. If it doesn't make sense to update the world, and the update is pretty close, that means the series has to come to an end. It was a really difficult decision to come to, and honestly, to make things even worse, I'm still obsessed with this world. If I literally wasn't interested in the world, it would be a lot easier, but yeah, no, there are still so many things that I wanted to do in this world. We never got to go to the end and make end bases. We never really got to do very much ocean stuff until now. Yeah, there's so much that we never got to do. So the series is ending, but what's next? Will it be Guide Season 4? No, definitely not. I'll definitely talk about it a little bit more in the proper finale episode, but I've been doing the guide since 2019. It was right after the 1.14 update dropped. I started the guide series. It was Guide Season 1. Then we did Guide Season 2. Then we did Guide Season 3. This current season started in September of last year. I've had a lot of fun making the guide, but I feel like Minecraft is completely changing in 1.18, and honestly, I wouldn't feel very genuine making a guide series talking about oh, this is how you do this is how this works, this is this, when it's all literally brand new. I think the best way to explain really what I'm trying to get at here is with an example. So for example, let's say we had a mob farm, a really basic mob farm. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but just a mob farm. For the longest time, they've always been pretty much the same. You build the mob farm, maybe in the air 30 or so blocks, light up the perimeter, and the thing just runs. It's good. In 1.18 though, even with something as relatively simple as a mob farm, everything changes. I mean, right from the start, the world gets taller, the world gets deeper. Does it even make sense to build the thing anywhere near the ground? Or do you just go all the way up into the sky, 260 or higher, and build the thing there? Probably, but I'm not too sure. Also, the mob spawning changes in 1.18. For the first time ever, mob spawning will actually make sense, but it's been completely changed. That's the absolute basics of something like a mob farm. I love the format of the guide. The episodes are really, really fun to make, and it's cool. But I want to make content that I feel genuine about. If everything changes in 1.18, yeah, I just don't really feel genuine about making a 1.18 guide and talking about things like I know things when really I know nothing. So instead of the guide, they move to something completely different and even more exciting. We take everything that we figured out about the game throughout all of the seasons of the guide and implement it, scale it up 100,000 times. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really fun. I'm super excited about it. Maybe one day in the future, once I've figured out what the game is actually going to be like in this brand new era, I'll do another guide, but for now, this is it. I'd like to wrap up all of this future talk today by just saying thank you. I know a lot of you found the channel because of the guide, and I know a lot of you really like the format of the guide. I really appreciate all of the support that this series and all of the other seasons have gotten over the years. Like I said, it's been really, really fun making these seasons, and that's enough. I think that's all I can emotionally handle, so thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I'm super excited for what's coming next. I think you're going to love it, and I hope you give it a chance. Oh yeah, there you are, the final drown with the nautilus shell that I needed right here. So every single time you have a drown with a nautilus shell, it will always drop it, definitely unlike the trident. Speaking of tridents, look at this, another brand new trident. I got so lucky. So anytime I would find a drown with a trident, I would take it out with my looting 3 sword. I highly recommend doing that. I mean, if you can up your chances of getting another trident, of course, it's like a no-brainer. Why would you not? So in total, right now, I have my 2 tridents that I started with, a new trident, 2 nautilus shell, this apple from a ruin, this emerald from a ruin, and all this other stuff in my inventory too. Oh, what's that? Name one thing that I don't have right now, you say? Oh, well, that's simple. The boat that I started with. I got out of the boat at some point to, swim around, look for drowned, and then I kept swimming, and I lost the boat completely. So I have a new boat now too. And look at this. Ruin portal. Portal. This will be the final ruin portal of the world. It's so sad. 2 gold blocks. A 3rd one right there. This thing is massive. It's probably the biggest one that I've ever found too. And it's all worthless. Alright, listen, really funny. Give me the boat. So when it comes to Ocean Monument prep or over prep, we're good. We have everything that we need. Next episode, we take at least one on. But that's the thing. Next episode is next episode. Not this episode. That's the end of today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Minecraft Guide 172? Yeah, I think it's 172. I didn't even know where I was going. I was just running on the map. All of this talk about the series and everything has me deep in thoughts, and I can't even get back to the base. Oh no, this isn't good. I'll get there eventually, hopefully. Big thank you to my patrons, Bill Geek and A Johnson 6494 today. I really appreciate the support. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you're new. So the best trident in the game is actually 2 tridents. It's either this trident plus Impaling 5, or this one, with a better name. If you have any thoughts on all of the things, throw them down in the comments. Thanks for watching. This has been me, your boy. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.